Tonight we bring you the most saucy and thrilling episode where we chat with Matari and Lucia. Welcome to City Queens. Lucia and Matari, please introduce yourselves.
Thank you for having us tonight. I go by the name of Matari Sokhota. I come from a small village called Shotong here in Limpopo. I am a fashion model and also a student at University of Venda. I am a role model and I am also a sister. I am also an inspirational and a motivational speaker to others. And I also give counseling to teenagers who go through a lot online. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. I go by the name of Lucia from a small village called Hamamailam Potwani. I am a 21-year-old graduate and a teacher by profession. Yes, that's all I can say about myself.
Okay, thank you. So, Matari, you mentioned counseling. How is it going?
The counseling that I've been giving teenagers online, I think that it's going pretty well for me because I give it for free. On my bio on Facebook, I've written, if you want an advice, hit my inbox. So I've been getting many inboxes from different people who complain about the challenges that they're facing. It's either family, relationships, in life in general, depression, anxiety. So because most of the things I experienced them, I try to at least talk to them, to at least make them understand the situation, see the situation in another way possible, and try to ease their pain actually. Because to be honest, few of them that texted me, they already told me that it has been working out for them, and now they're able to face the challenges and be able to know what's next and what to do in their lives to keep on pushing.
Impressive. Lucia, you said you're a teacher by profession. What phase do you teach?
Senior phase and FET.
And how is dealing with teenagers treating you?
It differs from person to person. I usually just do more of the talking than the acting. So I discipline them by just talking to them.
Nickname Yana.
Obviously, high school children will always give you a nickname.
Well, do you have one?
Yes, they call me Memakoa.
Or I remember Koa.
I don't know. They just have their own reasons, of which I don't know up to so far. But some of them they told me, or it's because how I usually dress and carry myself.
Okay,
Yes.
that's nice. So, are you strict or?
It depends. If I have to be strict, I'll be strict. And if I have to be friendly, I'll be friendly. As a teacher, I believe you are just everything. If it means upege, you udopega. If it means you should be like that. We are just everything. Sometimes you can perceive me as a mother. Sometimes you can perceive me as a principal. I'm just everything in one person.
Okay, that's nice. Matari, tell me, you mentioned doing counseling on online. So, can you please tell us the platforms that you use?
Because it's not something big yet.
Uh-huh.
It has been something that I've been doing with people that I'm connected with on Facebook, and people are able to reach me on WhatsApp.
Okay, so what's your Facebook handle?
My Facebook handle is just Sokhota Matari, that's all.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Matari, are you in a relationship?
No.
Why?
Relationships are complicated. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of draining involved in there. So I choose not to be in a relationship because I know how it is when you are in a relationship. When you are in a relationship, there's a lot of commitment that you have to do. There's a lot of assurance that you have to give your partner. So it's something that someone who has a lot of things to do in life doesn't have to be involved with. Because the moment you're not giving your partner time. That's where the problem is. The only problem is going to be time, because we have different perspectives in life. And I have to focus on what I think matters the most, more than just being in a relationship. So it means that if I don't focus on those things, it's going to require me to focus on him. So it's better to focus on myself than I focus on him.
Are you talking from experience?
I can say yes, I'm talking from experience, because I know how it is and I know how it feels like to be in those relationships. It has not been easy. The journey has been tough, and I have not been taking it lightly, because I have seen myself losing people in the process.
So you've been in a relationship before?
Yes.
How was it?
Hayi nekunyiwa. It was tough, Shem. Nekunyiwa, because it's like we had different things. You see, when you meet someone who's not on your standard, it's a problem. Because when you come in a relationship, we come with our insecurities, our flaws, and we expect someone to understand us and the kind of person we're gonna be. So it was in a point whereby I'm an indoor person. I don't like going out. I don't party. I don't drink. I'm just a person in jail living. So most of the time, I got in a relationship with people who were drinking, who loves going to parties, who are always smoking. So that was a disadvantage to me, because most of the time I would hear things about what happened when they went to the parties, things that I didn't want to hear, but I ended up hear them. And then that was a problem for me and the person that I was dating, and for the fact that I come from a family whereby we have rules. If one nyaka 6, one nyaka 6 guy.
Yeah.
Mantuli ya kunyaka 6, unyaka 6, awuna 7.
Okay.
So obviously, basimana ba rata banyana ba le ba hore ba go bosiu, the sleepovers and all that. And I don't afford that, because I can't disrespect my mom because of a boy. I can't afford that. So that's why I ended up losing people in the process, and then a lot of breakups. Kuningi man, a lot happened.
No, I understand.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yes.
Lucia, are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am in a relationship.
How is it going?
Relationships are relationships. Some days they are nice, and some days are just some days. But above all, I'm a lover of love. That's why I say, Mjolonga Solis.
Is it?
Yes,
Kgwela ka re.
forever yena. Yes, I am in a relationship, and I can confidently say I just take each day as it comes in a relationship. Yes.
But do you see yourself getting married to your current partner?
On that one of marriage, I'm not ready.
But do you see yourself getting married to your current partner?
Yes.
You do, ne?
I've never thought about it, but I think yes, I could.
Okay. How many partners do you have?
One.
Okay, that's nice. Matari, do you see yourself getting married?
Oh yes.
Is it?
Oh yes, I do.
I
I do. And I receive shame.
So since now already you're not in a relationship, when do you think you will start being in a relationship?
I don't have a specific date, year, or anything like that. But I feel if kathakana le motho yo le hore a mfora botse, I'm in.
What the hey, you get
Okay, but
hacked.
I'm in. I'm
get
in.
hacked.
Yes. Because you never know. Okay, you never know your soulmate. When will you meet your soulmate? So you might find worry when you're saying, you know what? Let me take break. Can't you know your soulmate is here? Baba, the soulmate is waiting for you. So if love is giving you another chance to explore, to love again, just give it a try.
So sharp, when are you telling me, or if now a guy comes in here and asks you out, our fora, you'll agree?
It depends on the guy though.
Or you have a type?
Who doesn't have a type? What wrong?
What's your type? What's your type?
My type.
Uh-huh.
First of all, Mina, I love smart guys.
Okay.
A nigga must be educated.
Let's see, do again.
Usmana atanza abelgamu, wathomdimu abelgamu. Someone who thinks in and outside the box.
Okay.
I get to know the only person who thinks for the relationship.
Yeah.
You're not something, you're in a relationship. So obviously if you're in a relationship, now you have a girlfriend. You have to change from being the kind of a person you were when you're single and become a different person now because you're in a relationship and you have someone in your life. So according to me, musimana bathomdi mabe clean ankeabuze gore le ya khabo mudogano nyor yoga mugusad out akabalelo khowa undisa. Hey, a person must be smart. Abe lead goals, man. Like you have to have goals. Akono ubujala like future yawo, or what is he planning about his life and what does he want in life? Utonzo zibelo rumoto wona iga relationship unyaka yini. I also know confused because it fit in the future and everything is stuck. If it's all about exploring, then just say it. Rumina, I love exploring. Then just know, or when you have money, you guys gonna be exploring. If I want to have a job, a house, and all that, a guy must be like that, man. Not to mutro that chiga miss jega driba. What family mugas do chiga miss jega driba kuda balena ubila urukuma rauni. I have a tom dim. Musmana awan chaur this one. Yo mona yo go leo ga bangwana le yena wa ba le family le yena, you will never regret yourself. Exactly.
I hope guys are taking notes because wow, it's getting hot in here. So when it comes to money, unyaka ubetiwa.
That never comes into my mind because agina ntwela yaure a guy must come in a relationship with money or not. Now a guy, all I need is a loving guy. A guy must be loving. Mara, I'm not saying or a guy should be broke. You should have something. I'm serious. You should have something to give your girlfriend. I'm not saying or when you come to a relationship, you must always give me money. But you should know or a girlfriend has needs. You have to also like buy something, a gift nyana for mutwao. So I'm not though a relationship. I'm not saying or as a person. Utonzo the unele chalere, utonzo mbeche and all that. Just need a loving partner who knows or I'm in a relationship with someone. That's all.
You also want flowers.
Oh my God. Come on,
you have vase. Do you have a vase?
So what buy what? Who buy those vases? Or the get room in university. What yo? My right way, vase. The vase is not the problem. The moment some this one can buy flowers, you buy a vase.
Nice life problems.
Exactly.
Lucia, what do you look for in a partner?
What do I don't look for much, but first thing first, a partner should be educated. More travel degree.
Yes,
please. Because the last thing I want is someone to depend on me. Not that I won't have to contribute where I have to, but empty. Please. And another thing, I'm not really into physically how a person should be or whatsoever. Maralu and Azaraje. You feel me? Yes. I don't really have a specific type. Maroska damo naga melwa green pepper simply respect me. Yes, that's all I can say. I mean, be educated. Like, you can tell me many things, but don't tell me you don't have a degree. I refuse. I refuse. Go get a degree and come back to me.
So what happens if you bump into a guy and actually like him? Would you pass? Would you ask him out? And even if you do, What if a degree?
Okay, what happens if I bump into a guy and it happens that I like them? There's no possible way I would like them. First thing first. Secondly, what would happen if they don't have a degree? I don't want. Thirdly, what did you say again? Okay, there's no possible way that I'm going to go for a guy who does not have a degree. Yes.
Okay, you said you wouldn't ask them out. Why?
Because I don't go around asking people around. In fact, I don't ask people out.
What do you do?
Nothing.
Hi,
Mostly the people I get into relationships with, they are the ones who comes for me. I've never went out and asked someone out. Yes.
Nice life problems.
Very nice. The perks of being beautiful, right?
Yo, I envy you.
Yeah, I don't go around asking people around. So
And
yeah,
you'd never.
I would never.
Eh?
You'll never know. Maybe I will reach that point, but for now I haven't reached that point.
And if a degree, it's a no.
And I think the reason why I haven't reached that point is because I fear rejection.
Ne?
Yes. If an degree say no, I'm not going to negotiate that one. And when I mean degree, I don't mean bachelor in sports. Please come with something that's going to bring brand on the table. Please. Thank you.
Yo, Matari, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yo?
I sizile, chef. I
So
sizile.
degree.
At this moment, because I'm at varsity, it means that a person who's not going to be educated or a person who's still in high school, it's not for me.
I mean, what are you going to tell the kids? What are you going to tell the kids? Who are you going to remind when yourself if you don't have a degree? Because honestly speaking, now I don't think if you don't have a degree, it takes a degree to be able to remind a learner with a mere metric certificate or not having a metric certificate at all. Yes. Imagine, it can never happen.
Yo, so Lucia, already a degree itself of ne? So, baba bangwe bo se bereke, bo tlhoka degree, ba reprimanda bana bjani, bana ba daene.
On that one, I cannot really attest that much because I cannot bereke mara bana ba dia or how, I don't know.
And then o reprimanda wena.
Maybe his status or what he does. He is. You feel me?
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh. Maybe what he does for a living. You see, maybe what he does for a living.
Okay.
Yes.
But u believe our degree na matter.
Not necessarily, but for a poor person like me, from a person whom I know, starting from creche, it was tough back at home until where I am today. You can say many things, Maraka degree. Even when you step on top of that stage on your graduation day, when you close your eyes, the only thing you see is yourself in the graduation gown you wore in creche. That's the only thing you see. And when you are in matric, when you close your eyes, sense is your final year. That's sense. Yes. So others, I don't know how they do it. But for someone who's like me, without any connection, without any plugs from everyone, from anyone, I believe a degree is the only way to go. A Mahala degree in South Africa is the only way to go. And that's something that no one will ever take from you.
Yeah, very.
Yes.
Matari, do you believe or degree in our power?
To be honest, it does have power.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem that we have now is a degree doesn't define a lot, because you can still have it but still struggle to find a job. So these days in life, I don't know anymore whether we need a degree to survive. We don't need it or what. Because sometimes it's useful,
Mm-hmm.
because you are able to get the jobs that you want to do or whatever you want to be in life. You can reach there with your degree.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that degree can cause you to sit at home like someone who never went to school or done anything in life. That's the problem. So I can say it's both ways with the degree. It's useful sometimes, and sometimes the Revonagar are useful.
No, there's no way a degree can. The problem starts here. The problem starts here. Wrong choices of courses.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot choose Bachelor of Sports
Mm.
when you are staying at Khapane. Where are you going to find a job? Where are you going to find a job? Sometimes you choose wrong courses. It's highly impossible. If you want to have a job with your degree, choose right courses. I cannot choose Bachelor of Swimming right now when I don't even own a swimming costume. That's not possible. Go get your degree.
So, Pelana, I think the main issue here is most of the people seek advice, right? So now I come to you, Lucia Garish. Next year I'm going to varsity. Get your course fee, and you'll be like Bachelor of Sports. Get okay, Bachelor of Sports.
You see, on that one, you cannot go to someone and ask for advice when you want to choose a course. I always tell people this: do what you are capable of. And if you know that after doing this certain thing, there is someone who is going to help me get a job out of what I did. But if you know, or there is no one who is going to help you get a job out of what you did, I could simply say, just go for the career that you know that it doesn't require someone to help you, but the government has you covered. There are many. You can be a doctor just from Khapane. Teachers, there are many out there. There is no way that you can stay at home for more than a year without getting a stable job. So my advice to you is that, please, when picking careers or courses, especially to the grade 12 learners, go for something that you know that after few years, I'm going to work for what I studied for, not just for the sake of seeking space at university. So yeah.
But you do know that some parents force their children to do like certain courses.
Motswadi wa mo trainer. Batswadi re a ba trainer. If you allow your parents to bully you, motswadi wa mo trainer.
How so?
If you don't want something, put your foot down, say, I don't want this. If Yana, she feels that she wants that thing, let her go and study and stay at home.
And what happens if she decides to chase you out?
Hey, Vanna. There are a lot of things to do. Just figure something out, but don't allow your parents to bully you. They had their chance, so don't allow them to live their life through you. Like, do not. If they want to be a doctor and you don't want to be a doctor, you can also apply for them. University doesn't have an age restriction. Let them go and study.
That was powerful. That was powerful. You're still watching City Queens, #Ladies Night. Please go like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're coming to you live from Shidila Lodge, where they offer decorations, rooms with DSTV, Wi-Fi, and kitchenette. Fully licensed bar. It opens at 12 p.m. till 12 a.m. daily. And they also have a poolside. What's your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Not that I can remember. I would never lie and say it in life I really had a rough upbringing or anything. Not that I remember having a challenge or a failure. I've always been on the good side of life. I won't lie.
Soft life.
Not really soft,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never found myself in a position where I felt like after doing this, I failed decimally or I failed to do whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
My life is just going exactly how I pictured it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Matari?
The failure that I had in life and I
Mhm.
learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was in 2021. In 2021, when I was doing my matrics,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I shame. I used to think maybe matrix was that easy, even though we got motivations from other people. I just took it as something that was easy. So that was the only time in my life where I felt like a failure. I didn't pass my matrix well. I remember that day after fetching my statement. It was not an easy day for me. I don't want to lie. I met my friends. I got there around 10. Already, I found some of my friends. They were happy. They got bachelors. They were already getting approved at varsities. I get an SMS. I already get go join. So yeah, when I got to school, thank you just statement. Kaya kano maga jotuna le SMS. We can maybe document difference.
Miracle nyan.
We can document miracle nyan. That day I cried. I don't wanna lie. I cried myself to sleep when I got home.
Mm.
And then my mom came back from work. And then she asked me, well, how did I go? I just kept quiet and slept. She saw my statement. I could see through her eyes that she was very disappointed in me because she never thought maybe I would fail one day.
Mm.
Not that I failed my matrix. No, I got an H.
Mm-hmm.
I got a higher certificate.
Mhm.
2021. So she asked me, so what's the next step? What do you want to do now?
Mm.
So I decided, you know what? I'm going back to doing my matrix and I'm going to sit on that desk because really I'm still young.
Mm.
And
Mm.
so obviously if the designer because obviously you don't get all the information. Information
Yeah.
was locks up.
Mm.
So I went back to school. You know how it is. I'm no longer working. There's no money getting in.
Mm.
So guy.
Mm.
So I decided to get Maulwe. That was the closest school. Kakofili high. So Maulwe, that's where I got an opportunity of speaking out and encouraging people or Vaskaba in the same situation that I was in when I was doing my matrix. First of all, I was picked as the president. That's what gave me power. So nextly, every time I was given a chance to game assembly, get the rest of the way I can and motivate them every time befor the exam.
Mm.
So my biggest failure was that I disappointed my mom for that time. And then I never failed in my life. I don't know what happened.
Mm.
But to be honest with you, it won't happen again. This is the first and it's the last time I fail you.
Mm.
Then the lesson that I've learned is that take the opportunity as if it's the last one. Like it's the last one.
Mm.
If you don't use it, it's something that will go to someone. That's how you have to take the opportunity. Guru uije as if gasijia nibelega zoidila biab. So I would advise everyone or if you will a chance to have a metric, skaraloga. Grab it, read your books, study hard, and make your parents proud. I'm not sure you'll read your proud than or Araimga Drada Abelur Wagano Pastemetri. And she's going to varsity. That was the only time I failed my parents. I felt so disappointed. And my dad was so happy because I was able to stand up again, uplift myself and go back to school and do better. That's why now I can proudly say I'm a student now. I'm a student and I've learned my lesson. Or as a person, don't ever give up in life and say, this is the end. There's no ending. Life right now, une ending or what. You just have to pick up yourself from wherever you left and then go on with it.
Would you stay in a bad relationship for the sake of children?
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
That's a tough one. To be honest, I don't think I'll do so.
Mhm.
That's why, as a person, as a woman, you should be independent.
Mhm.
The only thing that is making a lot of women to stay in a relationship that is abusive because of children, it's because of they rely on the men. They depend on the men. They can't stand up by themselves and do everything to take care of the children or anything like that.
Mhm.
So if you got a relationship, you're really abusive,
Mhm.
mara aukonugwa because of vana.
Mm.
It's because of Luena. You know, vana vale they benefit from the men.
Mhm.
And without the men, wena, as the single parent, you can't do anything about it. Baba? So that's why I advise women, well, they must stand up for themselves. Stand up for yourself, be independent.
Mhm.
Or skada waruinele bana. When a man wants to leave you, he should just leave you nje.
Mhm.
And you shouldn't be worried or uzamaile guy because you know what I can stand up for myself and I can take care of my kids without him.
Mm.
So yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay, Lucia.
I wouldn't stay in a bad relationship for the sake of the kids
Mhm.
because yes, Matari has said much about it.
Mm.
So I because mostly if you look into the main reason why they are staying there, it's not necessarily for the kids. Only to find out that their partner is the breadwinner. But if and only if you are able to stand up for yourself and you are independent, you will see the need to leave without even feeling anyhow.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now I wouldn't. It can never happen.
So let's say you're a mother, ne? You
Yes.
go to work every day. Let's say you come back late. The husband comes back from work before you.
Yes.
And apparently your husband abuses your children and you don't know. Your children tries telling you, like, how would you react?
It's non-negotiable, that one. One thing that I can say parents tend to mistaken
Mm-hmm.
is to take the side of their partners instead of vana.
Mm.
We all know vana sometimes they just can be something else.
Mm-hmm.
Mara, I would always choose my kids over someone else. It's vana vaga or nothing.
What if your kids lie to you?
There's no way. Kids don't lie. They would rather not tell you the exact story.
Mm-hmm.
But kids don't lie. And alone for vana or vana maga.
Mm. Okay.
If that's why I carry malawa komula na manini. Elo ruma wane maga.
Mm.
Angfuni kungasho.
Okay, Matari.
Well, according to me,
Mm-hmm.
from what Lucia has said, I think she said enough, actually.
Mm.
Because to be honest, it depends on bana bona kwa baolubian and how is the relationship between the children and the father.
Mm.
That's where you'll be able to know who can you side with. Mara, if you know your husband there's no way you can side with him.
Mm-hmm.
Side bana bao because die. You know where he's capable of doing what. And you know where there is no way he could just let your children move freely. So yeah, I think that's all we can say for now.
Okay, so how would you advise a person to let go of an abusive partner?
That's the problem. It's not easy. Now I always assume people who are in abusive relationship it's just easy to just leave the relationship. It's not an easy thing, and I've seen it in many ways. Like story love. That's why I learned to. It's not easy to live like an abusive partner, not because nyagi, but it's hard sometimes. Motho o ko mo rata nako nngwe o mo rata because you believe that person one day will change. Mara instead they don't change. They keep on doing that thing. Gore ebile ba dia re e be worse than you ever expect. So that's the problem. Problem e thomana mo. An abusive partner, it's not easy uri omuzamaele. It's not easy. Ebile nyo go surprise motho o khona o jigela yenas. Ba ba mrodise di bega batswadi ka musimana. Gabsi adu kana di bega o melegana go. O the worker o wedegana go. It's not because of wanyaka. Sometimes I feel like the abusive partners, they have a tendency of threatening us with our families. We have love for our families no matter what. Naga haike batho ile ba ntshwara ka mokgwa mongwe. Mara you know gore ka pelong ya there's that space man ka gore ba ona ka pelong ya wa bona. So sometimes o do jalo re if you don't do as I say, I'm going to kill your sister, I'm going to kill your family, I'm going to kill your mother. Maybe because of something. It's better to just stay in that relationship just for the sake of protecting your family. Sometimes, on the other side, is because of like family. You see, when you're married to a rich person and then the person is abusing you, the parents don't care. The family doesn't care. Because of agar the person is providing for them, is giving them a luxurious life. So they force you to stay in that relationship without knowing or what is the person doing to you, and they don't care because of because sometimes as women, I know how women are. Hide the wounds. We hide our wounds. We don't show them to the public or how is it? We smile in public, even though it's not easy and it's hard where we come from. So family because we stay in there for the sake of them something on the table while we're not okay. That's where families get surprised. She was found dead, or bed somewhere and stuff like that. That's where action on, and that's wrong. Because the moment I say I'm in an abusive relationship, they have to listen to me. But if they don't listen to me, that's where the problem starts. Because I want to tell you the idea if my own family can support me. The moment I can support her in a certain situation, it means they will never support me in anything. That's why okudo formula you're being in an abusive relationship, and they will only know when you're dead or you were in an abusive relationship. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Okay. We heard that it's not easy to get out of a toxic relationship. Because most of the people the toxic relationship because of money, soft life, stuff like that. And it's not right for a person to stay in a relationship because of money and the presents that they get, gifts. So tell me here, ladies, are you sexually active?
Yes.
And I know.
Why a no?
I am not sexually active. As I said that I'm single.
But you've had a boyfriend before.
What happened? I was not sexually active as well.
And how did the guy take it?
So this is how it goes, ne? I was not sexually active in the relationship because I don't just open up to someone else. Reasons being, opening up to someone else, ne? I've heard there's this thing called sexual, spiritual ties.
Soul ties.
Yeah.
Soul ties. Exactly. Thank you. So you see, ne? I was not sexually active in my last relationship because I don't just open up while I'm in a relationship. Okay. A relationship must first show or it has something and it's going somewhere. You can't just open up to someone else just because of you guys are in a relationship same time. You just have to build the relationship and see if the person is in the relationship with you because he loves you or is in a relationship with you because he wants something else from you. So that's the reason why I chose not to give myself to the person first. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I got to see the true colors of the person that I was dating before I could open up to that person sexually.
So Was that your first relationship?
No.
Are you a virgin?
To be honest with you, ne,
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am because of ever since I started dating, I've never had something that felt real,
Mm-hmm.
and I never believed that it is just a simple thing to open up to someone else. It was not as simple as people think. As a vision, ne, it's not a simple thing to just open up to somebody else because you have many thoughts running in your mind. We always want to give our virginity to someone who will stay in our lives. In our generation, as I see things right now, I feel like a lot of people just want to be in your life to grab something and then leave. The way I see our generation now. So that's why I never opened up even if I started dating. It was a matter of meet the person, know the person, love the person, and know how being in a relationship feels like. And then move on with life. If it ends, it ends. If it works out, it will work out, man. That's where you'll be able to see how real is it.
So you're telling me you've never, not even once had sex?
No.
So don't you think your previous relationship ended because of it?
To be honest with you, my previous relationship, it didn't end because of that at first. There was a distance between us.
Okay.
There was a huge distance between us. And you know how distance relationships are. I was in a long distance relationship with someone who is not used to being in a long distance relationship. Someone who felt like a long distance relationship is just a waste of time because you don't know what your partner is doing. That's the kind of person I was in a relationship with. I was in a relationship with someone who had trust issues. The person who just can't trust you out of nowhere just because of when are you saying you're at home. That's the kind of person that I was dating before. And I know that when I'm in a relationship, I give commitment. But then you know how commitment goes. You have to prove to your partner that whatever you're saying is real. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So I dated someone who had problems with trust issues, someone who didn't even trust girls at all. And what hurt me the most is that I tried to prove in many ways that the person can trust me and I'm not doing anything like that. But it didn't go my way because of the distance between us. It kept on proving them wrong. I have a problem of not being on social media. And you know that in a long distance relationship, only communication can keep the relationship going. But then if you're not talking to your partner at a certain time where they want you to talk to them, obviously that's where the problem is going to start.
Okay, you mentioned at first. Ne?
Okay.
So does that mean you and your partner eventually fought about not having sex?
It did happen at some point. It did happen at some point because we had a conversation whereby he asked me if I was sexually active. Because he was sexually active from his previous relationships and I was not. I did say, well, I can be sexually active only if the person that I'm dating is showing me the commitment that I want. Because I don't want to give it to a wrong person. Do you understand me? So that's where it happened. That the conversation came up. And then I've been hearing my virginal abuse. I've heard such things. So it was I guess Lena ubilele that thing yamkwano yar emudala munanunu or my virginal abuse. You know how guys are when they're with their friends.
Yeah.
So I guess Lena he did tell me that he never had a virgin before. He never dated one. And that's where our problem came because Mina, I can't just be ready just because of we're in a 3-month relationship and already when I want it. So I was not ready for that.
Okay, Matari, you mentioned commitment.
Okay.
So what kind of commitment?
A kind of commitment. At first, someone has to show you that they really do love you.
And how would you know if they do love you?
According to me, when
Mhm.
I know someone is really into me, you
Mhm.
could literally tell from how they act when they are with you.
Mhm.
The actions speak louder than words.
Mhm.
Nothing speaks louder than words. Go actions, ne?
Mm.
Wabana action. Action. Yo, I don't know, Mara. Wabana action, ne? Action says a lot, bruh. How a person treats you says a lot. What I know is that a relationship at first, someone can act as if they want you.
Mhm.
Mina, I only want to see if you're really committed to me when the relationship starts reaching 3 months, 4 months.
Okay.
That's where I literally get to know what this person is really into me because nothing changes there. But then you can literally see what this person is not into you because of ageronelena akfeja moza mobile chomijao chomja obo bafetu abages gidin solo and one logger one delay and
Yeah.
so that's why I get to know what kind of a person am I dating. The communication, the conversation that we have, is it changing? Is it still the same way? While our relationship is still 4 months or 5 months, is it still the same way? Are you still committed the same way? That's where I get to know, oh, okay. It means I can work out something from this one. Exactly.
So let's say now you find a partner, ne? And then let's say for 6 months, aba a caring partner, a partner you could wish for.
Okay.
So would you give it in?
I think so.
You think so?
To be honest, I do think so because at this point where I am, I think I am ready to be in a relationship again. But I never know what kind of person is next, who's gonna come into my life. But if a person comes into my life and they become that person that I wanted all the time. Wabalur, maybe they came only for sex and then they go. Bruh, as long as I'm not pregnant, bruh, life goes on. As long as I'm not pregnant, life goes on. Yeah. As long as I'm not pregnant, it means that I still have time to learn from my mistakes and wait for the right time to be with the right person. You don't have to waste time. It means I still have the time to be with the right person. Well, we move on. We see what life,
guys.
Exactly, we move.
Yo, over to you, Lucia. You said you are sexually active.
Yes.
When did you start being active?
I think it's somewhere around September 2019. Yes.
And how was it?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Hey. Agena manzi. Kimoga imoma kwa. It was bad.
It was bad.
Bad.
But do you see difference?
A huge one.
A huge one.
Eh?
Yeah.
A huge difference.
A huge difference.
Yes.
So now, are you with a person you lost your virginity to?
No.
What happened?
Yeah, a lot.
Please elaborate.
A lot happened, but yes.
So if I'll text Stella today,
highly impossible.
How do you know that?
Because
Hey,
highly impossible.
yo haike lizitwete kuri ilga sutwele kiri luburije ke batho but yo guys mojolo tolo bolai matari oka fa youth, let me just say women in general, advice oka ba fa advice byane ore you know, when it comes to sex, abuse, schoolwork, you know, stuff like that.
So I guess we have to start from schoolwork then.
Yeah.
Schoolwork, ne? You see, as a person, as a woman, as a lady, as a girl, you have to know how to be independent, man. It's the right already buku jao. Like every time oxomodia is a certain thing, was a pilela. A life has its own turn. Or okar maybe upela sharp, life yawi sharp. Yeah, they are 10 year utomuzu pilela when be. Life in yaga way na to stand up for yourself. So obviously it means you have to study hard, you have to be independent, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So a woman who is in an abusive relationship, again, I would give that person an advice, please let go. It's never too late, Baba. As long as the person has eaten, if udrilati, if mutona udrilati, or that person has been abusing you for years and you're not able to speak out, speak out. As long as it's not too late, speak out before he does something. Yellow real get more than before. And so the advice that I can give to everyone out there, a woman, a girl, a lady, whoever, is that take care of yourself. Nothing matters the most than a person who takes care of themselves. Know your worth. Be independent. Gotta take care of yourself to a point whereby even one never jealous. You understand me? So you have to be that kind of a woman was a tompa. Dignity. So that people can respect who you are and who you want to become in life. Thank you.
Alicia?
Firstly, when it comes to education, I can speak for the whole day. But what I can say is that to all the young women, the old women, and everyone in general out there, take care of yourself. In whatever you do, just give it your best shot. Like Matari has said already, take every opportunity as if it's the last one. Just to give it your all. And on that one of being like any sexual advice or anything, I can say do it when you are ready and play it safe. I think I'm sure for the advice mostly. I'm not good with advices, but the last one, get a degree. Thank you.
That's it, Wativaka. But get a degree. We've come to the end of the show. It's your ladies' happy May. City Queens. # Ladies Night. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.